Just give me a second here. I just wanted to tell you. Oh, crap. Where am I here? Give me a minute, folks. I just some research with some help. Hang on a second. I can't see anybody at the moment. Hey, how's it going? Okay. I want to apologize to everybody for my last. I thought, okay. I've taken a breath. I've got a cup of tea. And I'm really, really sorry that I came on here so emotional. I have this horrible habit of doing so because you folks are my peeps, right? So, I got some help, I think. Well, I know I got help because, you know, Noreen and I go way back. But she also sent me a video. Let me see if I can share it and it will explain it. And maybe if you watch this video, you okay, if you watch this video after this, if you're a YouTuber, hang on a second, let me just, no, that's not it. Give me a second here. Here it is. No, that's not it either. Hang on. Where did it go? I just saw the video. Hang on. Okay. I don't know what it was. I just missed it, but I had the video right here. It was sent to me. But basically what's going on, hey. Well, it's double taxing's illegal, right? So here's how it works. Every month, I get paid, or they stop my pay period. I get paid between the 21st and the 26th. Now, last month, or back in the spring, I got this thing from YouTube or Google AdSense saying you have to fill out tax forms. So I did. But because I didn't understand what I was filling out, I filled out the wrong one. And they took $394 off of me. Okay? So I went back through all the tax forms and I did it again. And I clicked the one that says, because I live in Canada, there is a treaty with the United States and they don't tax me. But because I filled out the form the day after the cutoff point last month, it may not have been sorted out for this month. Does that make sense? Oh my God. I know. I get it. Canada has a treaty with the US and you should be able to claim the 0% tax. Exactly. So that's what I went back and did last month after my pay was decimated by almost $400, right? But I think it's because it was past the beginning of the month that it still kept it until so I'm really, once again, I have to wait an entire month to find out whether I've made a correction or not, whether I've made the right correction or not. But the good news is, even if they continue, I should be able to get all of that money back when I do my taxes in the new year. I've already talked to, I haven't talked to my accountant. I sent him a thing. I don't know if there's a resolution, Louise. I don't know. I'm just putting it out to the universe that this is going to be corrected next month and that my full income, such that it is, will be back to normal. And maybe at tax time, I'll get those 2 payments they took out of me back. We shall see. I really hope that's what's happening. Well, the only thing is if I get a refund at the end of the year, it'll just go to pay my my Quebec taxes anyway, because no taxes are taken from me. So I have to pay them. Okay? So every year I submit to my accountant how much I made for the year, and that includes my Patreon and anything I have sold through t-shirts or anything like that. All of my income goes to my accountant. And then also my deductions, like part of my cell phone bill, because I use this phone for streaming. 90% of my internet is used for my work. Part of my house taxes, all of these things, anything I buy to do a video on, these things are all give me a discount. I always end up paying Revenue Quebec. I never get a refund, but at least I know I'm paying. But this is just wrong on way too many levels. You have to file taxes in the U.S. to get it back, or YouTube will be able to get it back through, I don't know. You know what? They say it's like being self-employed. They say you are self-employed. That's what my accountant says. But I'm not. YouTube, I'm an employee of YouTube. If you look at it in reality, they make money off my sweat, the sweat of my brow. They make 10 times what I do on every video I do. Candy Olson, let us help you. You know what? Anything that, yeah, you're right. Let us help you until we get this sorted. That's what friends do. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But why should you pay my wages? You already do. You already watch my videos. You already like and subscribe and watch the ads. I can't ask you to do more than that. Do I get money off your taxes for the food you can and put on YouTube? I don't know. I don't actually declare my groceries. I should, but it's a receipt nightmare, right? Hi, Tammy Eaker. But I don't normally, do my groceries or anything like that. I should, I guess, if I'm doing videos on them. But printer, you can't. My camera's not here. My camera is falling apart. The battery is held together with electrical tape, and it's an old battery from another camera. Okay, my computer has, I don't think you can see this, a multi-splitter, because most of my YouTube ports in this crappy Acer computer have died. So I had to buy a special splitter that's very sensitive and makes all these noises. I had to buy a UBS splitter that runs on electrical power to power my webcam, to power, loading stuff up on my camera and stuff like that, No, I did not. Here, Candy. I am not asking, but you asked. And if somebody asks me more than 3 times, I will accept. Right? That's just my kind of rule. I need a way to send. Do you have a P.O. box? No, that's my PayPal right there. I gave it to you. Thank you, Candy. I'm not, I don't come on here and beg for money. That's not what I'm doing. I was asking for help with a solution. I was looking for solutions, and I got that. I hope I got that. Because if it comes back that they're going to keep this up after me losing half my income due to COVID. Because think about this. Everyone says, well, why should your income be disrupted? Because everybody's shopping online. The problem is not everybody's shopping at all, whether it's online or otherwise. Why? Because we can't afford to. Right? I just spent a whole bunch of money counting on that $400 that they took. I just spent a whole bunch of money on Amazon to work on my studio downstairs. Be keeping those friggin' receipts, won't I? Well, I know. I mean, my phone, my printer, my computer, all these things. But I could have afforded to buy a new computer 2 years ago. I could have afforded a new camera 2 years ago. I cannot afford it right now. Because COVID has cut my income in half, and now due to probably a mistake on my part, they're just laughing all the way to the bank with extra money from me. Hi, Granny. I get that, right? But you know, Howie's got sponsors to help him rebuild his motor and rebuild his transmission and pay for extra races and stuff like that. I don't have sponsors. I have patrons, right? And my patrons actually my patrons, you know, help with that, but it's still not the amount that I'm getting, that they're taking from me. Hey, Ann Lewis. Oh, he's doing much better. He's in the air-conditioned coach right now. He's been in there all day. He went yesterday to test and tune and tried out his car. And after all of him trying to get into the sixes and almost wrecking the car, he's settling in at a 7.4 in the 8th mile. And that's a consistency that we can work with. So, but he's staying in when he's not, you know, he comes out of the coach and does stuff, but I keep telling him, don't stay in there too long in the air conditioning, because when you come out, it puts a real shock to your system. It's one of the reasons why I'm not sitting in the air conditioned coach with him. I had a heck of a week also. My apron said, my urine tox said there was no benzos in my system and tried cutting me down. What? It's Beverly Foley, Candy. It's Beverly Foley. I insisted on seeing her copy, and her secretary sent me the results. She made a mistake. I mean, seriously, we have spent too long relying. Hi, Jim Farmer. How's it going? We have spent too long, Aldo. All these systems that have been put in place over time, governments, schools, health organizations, clinics, jobs. We have, the government, we have spent so much time over the last several millennia becoming more and more entrenched in a structure that no longer supports us. It's too big. Too many mistakes are being made. Our entire structure of how we operate as a society has to change. Thank you, Lacey Black. Well, that's my thing too, Aldo, okay? I had a CT scan. I had an MRI. I had an ultrasound. Okay? Now, one of them, the MRI, which I had in Ontario, which I had to give permission to my doctor to get a hold of, they told me, the first doctor told me that the MRI showed a whole bunch, 2 or 3 different things. Then I went to a gynecologist, and I got sent to a gynecologist when my goofy doctor left and the new doctor came. Got sent to a gynecologist, and I wouldn't let him do an internal because I hadn't showered that day. And I thought I was just there for a consultation. But he got me up on the table and he pressed down on my belly and he said, I don't know how they missed that. I can feel that through the layer of fat on your belly. I can feel what's there. So he sent me for an ultrasound. I got the ultrasound, and the technician's not allowed to say anything to you. But when I told her the story of them saying, it's nothing, it's this, it's nothing, it's this, I got 2 sets of people, 2 sets of medical professionals telling me there's nothing there. And I had 2 professionals say, there's something there. Who's telling the truth? Because I'm still in pain. Right? So either I've got a uterus full of fibroids or a big fibroid that's disguising my uterus, and they've mistaken the fibroid for my uterus, or my body's lying to me, and we all know that's possible because I have fibromyalgia. What's PCOS? Is that like a pelvic? But because I have fibromyalgia, the only thing I know that is true is something is lying to me. Either technicians and doctors or my body. Now you tell me who I'm supposed to listen to. Hey, Leanne. Hey, Vicki Lemire. You need to have a confirmation test done on benzos. The test tests for all the benzos, and it isn't accurate for testing for things like Klonopin, Valium. I can't have Valium. Ask for what's called urine confirm. Okay. Polycystic ovary. I don't have any ovaries. They removed my ovaries because the general surgeon, remember, this was back in 2012? When I had my ovaries removed. And I had a general surgeon who after the gynecologist removed my ovaries, she finished up, and the general surgeon fixed 6 hernias around my belly button that were all incarcerated. Now, I never saw that gynecologist again. I don't even know her name. But I do know one thing. I begged her before the surgery to take my uterus as well as my ovaries. And she said, we won't take a healthy uterus. You know why? Because they're creating customers. And I could not argue with her, or she would have said, no, I'm not doing it at all. And I had been waiting over a year and a half for that surgery. So, because I told her, and I told this to the technician who just did my ultrasound. I told her the story, and I said to her, I told the doctor, if you don't take my uterus with my ovaries, whatever is on my ovaries is going to come back on my uterus. And the technician doing the ultrasound said, and guess what? And that's as close as she could come to telling me that there was something on my uterus. Then she left me with the wand woohoo up my whoopee to go to consult with a doctor. She said, I'm going to go consult with a doctor. He may want to see this. And she came back in and said, nope, everything's fine. Take care, clean up, go home. So somewhere between her damn near telling me there was a problem, which she's legally not allowed to do because she's not a doctor, And going and talking to the doctor and coming back, she clammed up and sent me home. And then the ultrasound came back. I can read you the results if I can find it. The ultrasound results came from my doctor's office saying that they found nothing of concern. Oh, hi Diane. I'm hoping what's going on with the screw tube. And I'm going to be going on live on Life with the Wolfies at 4 o'clock. So I'm going to go for a swim shortly. But I think, I am owning the fact that I made a mistake when I filled out the tax forms back in May. Or back in the spring. And so they took a chunk of money from me on my June pay, which I got last month in July. They always pay you a month behind. All right? So that was after the pay period that I discovered the mistake. So I made the correction, but apparently nobody's caught it yet. So I'm really hoping that next month all will be normal. And thank God I worked so hard this month and last month, because I'm about $240 short of my, now we'll make it, I'm fine, we will get there, but I was expecting to have extra money, not need to borrow from Howie's limited income. He's going back to work tomorrow, by the way. Sorry about that. Candy, you had it right the first time. I just don't publicize it. So I'm really, really hoping, like I know I have been working really, really hard at staying positive and spreading light and love and joy, raising the vibrations of humanity within my reach. That's my job, aside from cooking and cleaning and doing canning videos for y'all. Okay? That's my email address, honey. So when something like this, it seems to be, it's, for instance, my Cooking with Cannabis channel. I did nothing illegal or dangerous. Yet YouTube demonetized an 18,000. No, at the time it was 19,000. YouTube demonetized a 19,000 subscriber based channel because I was showing people how to medicate with marijuana and how to make it responsibly and how to make oil and how to make butter. And they said, that's dangerous. How is it friggin' dangerous? So that was getting me cut off at the knees, right? That got me cut off at the knees. Then COVID hit and my YouTube income got cut in half. And now this. So I know that I haven't checked my email yet, honey. I hope. I'm not going to hope. I'm going to say that the problem is fixed. I just have to be more patient. The problem is fixed. I now have to wait another month to find out. And if it isn't fixed, then I will be taking all the paperwork to my accountant in January and saying, is there a way I can get this money back? I work too hard for it. I work hard. I work way too hard for minimum wage for this. Hi, I am. You would think that woke company would love that. What do you mean woke company? I'm not sure. Please be sure to check out the info I posted on the other live just in case. Canada and the US. I know. That's the thing, Gothic Sugar. Canada and US have a tax treaty that I shouldn't be paying. I should be paying 0%. So last month, when they took $394 and change off my check, I lost my shit. And then I went, woke company. She means radical liberal company. I don't. Hi, sweetheart. How can I get a hold of YouTube? I have ads on my videos and there shouldn't be. I haven't reached my watch time requirements yet. Somebody gave me a number, but they won't be open today. It is 650-253-0000. That is the number for Google YouTube. Hey, Red Road Homestead. Are you in PEI or Georgia? People getting paid big money are screwing us over, and we have to play Jessica Fletcher to figure things out. I know. Like, seriously. You know, where's Angela Lansbury? I know it's not a murder, but seriously. Hey, Virginia. So I'm really hoping, Tennessee. We're going to be coming there one of these days. I'm finding out more than ever that social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everybody is so muzzling people when they talk about if somebody died from a vaccine, right? All these things, they're getting anything to do with COVID and vaccines, they're muzzling. It's a new rule. They can put ads even if not a partner. Oh, great. Well, the thing is now that money is essentially digital, it's just a matter of people with the right tools doing whatever they want and then leading you down a rabbit hole of no recovery. Okay? So if this continues, I'm not just getting an accountant. I'm going to get a lawyer. I'm going to get a tax lawyer. And I don't care if I have to spend every last cent I have. I will get that money back. Because it's not the money. What was his name? Used to dress, Southern lawyer, played by Andy Griffith. It's not the money. It's the principle. The way big techs is, I'd figure they would be marijuana friendly. I get it. I know Angie Mac. I know. I had hundreds of videos. I showed people how to make oil. I showed people how to make butter. I've been telling people how to make a cup of tea at night with dry weed that isn't decarbed. I've been sharing all this stuff. Why? Because it's my medication. I thought I had my ovaries removed. That's what I was told. 5 years later, I was told I still had one. Then 5 years after that, I was told my ovary was hiding. It's all crazy. Yeah, I mean, seriously. Matlock, thank you. So, when the voices of social media and mainstream media batter us way too much, go out and smell the flowers. I'm going to upload a video for tomorrow showing you how big my watermelons are. Remember when they were only this big? I'm very excited because with this weather, I probably have another month of growing time. So I'm really, really lucky. Ben Matlock. I loved Ben Matlock. Hi, Grandpa. I loved Ben Matlock. My favorite was Columbo, though. My favorite was Columbo. Okay, Candy. Thank you, darling. I love you. Thank you for just being here and emotionally supporting me, folks. I have spent the last several years pulling my soul through the eye of a needle and scraping off all the man-made things that have been weighing it down. And every once in a while, somebody throws more at me, and I got to pull myself through that needle again to scrape it off. But when it gets hard, I go out and I talk to my plants. And I get in my pool, and my beet bed is right there. And there's like 5 big, beautiful beets that I'm going to have a feed of, probably as soon as the first weather cools. I've ordered my seeds. I'm planning my garden for next year. All these things help elevate your vibration and push the battering rams of absolute garbage that are being thrown at us from mainstream media and social media. Now Canada's calling an election. Oh God, it's only going to get worse. But what I'm saying is we can step away from it. We can walk outside or get in a pool or stand in a shower or watch bees. Or watch bees do their bee things and watch the insects. They don't watch social media. The flowers don't watch social media. The plants don't watch social media. And look how happy they are. I'm not happy about what they've done. I also own the fact that it is probably a clerical error I made back in the spring, and that I corrected it too late to be reflected on this paycheck. This is what I had hoped when I corrected it last month that it would show on this month, but it hasn't. So I've got to wait yet another month to find out if I have to hire a lawyer. In the meantime, I'm going to can, and I'm going to enjoy my garden and my pool, and I'm going to be grateful for everything I have. I'm going to be grateful that my husband is alive and the damage was minimal and he's capable of going back to work. I'm going to be grateful that my children are alive and gainfully employed and paying their bills. I'm going to be grateful that I have a swimming pool, even though I cannot tolerate AC for long periods of time. I'm grateful I have a swimming pool. I'm grateful I have a pantry. I'm grateful I have a dog who does nothing but love me unconditionally. And I'm grateful for my YouTube family, because it doesn't matter what I'm going through. You're always here. Thank you for that. This is the Mrs. Wolfie. Hi, Cindy Bates. Welcome aboard. It does. It's a lot of hard work going to waste, but I'm going to put more work into my gardens and less work into videos until this resolves itself. Okay? Because, I'm not killing myself to make, I'm not I made a canning beans video, right? I've made one every year for the last 3 or 4 years. But I'm not going to make another canning beans video this year, right? So, let's just be grateful for what we have and start paying attention. Bell stole money from me for 2 years before I discovered it by restarting an automatic renewal when I had canceled something. And then they hid where it was being charged. Okay? The pandemic has stopped people from, or slowed people down from shopping online, from shopping period, whether it's online or in stores. That cut my income in half. And now this. But I also have to look at, this is the universe telling me that money is not everything. And yes, I need it to pay my bills. I have it to pay my bills. It's just a tool. It's not even money anymore. It's just digital transactions, which is a really horrific way to go because they can turn them off in a moment. But the truth is, the more we focus on the noise, the less we're going to find peace in our heart and soul. So go out and commune with some nature, even if it means swimming in your pool and laying in the water and looking at the trees above. Even if it means journaling and putting in your journal how grateful you are, making a gratitude list. All of these things are really important. Thank you, Heidi. That's true. Yeah, Bell did that to you too, Elaine. So what I'm saying is we have to be more responsible because money is now mostly digital transactions. Money is you can't pay your mortgage with cash anymore. Okay, all money is now almost digital transactions. So that means we have to be more responsible and go over our bills and go over tax forms and go over absolutely everything, because anything else, anybody who's giving us money or giving us services for money through digital transactions has the ability to rob you. And if you say, oh well, then you can't allow that to happen. So we have to be more responsible with our digital. A lot more work than just going to the bank and pay. But we have to be more aware of how many thousands of ways they can rip us off. To slow us down and contemplate what is most important, blessings all around. Yes, I understand that everything that comes to me is either a lesson or a blessing. And if I don't take the lesson or be grateful for the blessing, I'll have nothing. Okay? Gratitude creates more abundance. This is the Mrs. Wolfie. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Afghanistan and they've left American citizens behind. They've left vulnerable people behind. I don't pretend to understand why that happened, that Biden pulled the troops out, but I'm not an American. So I'm still dealing with an election. I got three choices. I got Trudeau, who is so obviously a puppet with a hand up his ass that you can see the fingers making his lips move. We've got the NDP, who wants everybody to have everything they want, but that will triple our national debt. And we've got the Conservative Party, who I've never been a conservative follower. And Doug Ford in Toronto really is not good for conservative business, but I'm pretty sure that's about the only way anything's going to happen. Because Trudeau's an idiot, and as much as I love candidate Singh, or Singe, or however you pronounce his name, well, let's put it this way. Trudeau has nice hair. Nothing underneath it. Singe has a bounty of hair. And I think it's leaching things. Peter O'Toole doesn't have a whole lot of hair. Let me just say this. If Trudeau gets back in, then there is a massive flaw in the system. Yeah, I don't have much choice. So, I will vote my conscience when I get there. I'm doing my due diligence. I'm paying attention. And all I can see is Singh wanting to give everybody everything they want. And Trudeau has the UN up his ass, I think. And Doug Ford isn't good, you know, it isn't good ads for the Conservative Party, but we'll see, right? We'll see. Peter O'Toole. Yeah, Peter O'Toole's an actor, but he's all, hang on a second. I may have gotten the name wrong. Oh! Sorry, it's Aaron O'Toole. I think. It's Aaron O'Toole. No, that's... Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. See, I can't even get their names right. This has all been dumped on us way too fucking quick. Pardon my language. Hey, hang on a second. It's not even telling me. They don't even want you to search. Who is the head of the PC party in Canada? See, it won't even tell me who the candidate. Aaron O'Toole. Hang on a second. Sorry, it's Aaron O'Toole. Peter O'Toole was an actor, you're right. I just know it's a good Irish name. Not that I'm saying any other name isn't good, right? Yeah, you're right, Prairie Queen. You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You've never heard a politician described that way? Well, when Trudeau first ran, all the other parties were saying, he just doesn't have the experience. Nice hair, though. And then one day, Singe, who's a Sikh, took his turban off and showed us his hair. He's bloody hot. Gorgeous hair. But he has too much sympathy and not enough practical sense on how this country should be run. Now, Aaron O'Toole is old enough, been around long enough, and pretty sure, well, then there's still Doug Ford. Oh, excuse me. DuckDuckGo search engine. Yeah, I did. I have DuckDuck. I use DuckDuck. So, anyway, the gruesome Newsom has amazing hair too. Well, I mean, if it was about hair, oh, I haven't brushed mine today because I've been too busy getting crap done. But if it was about hair, hire me. But you know what? The truth is, I'm thinking, I almost shaved my head again today. I honestly don't know how long my hair is, but I almost shaved my head because I'm getting tired of having, long, foot-long hairs crawl into bed at night and you get an itch and you got a foot-long hair down the crack of your butt and you're sweaty. And that's just nasty. Hey, Flamingo Hurricane. Hey, Carrie Ramsey. If you get Trudeau, you'll be in the same boat as America. Well, I don't even want him in as a minority government, and I don't want to talk about politics anymore, right? I just want people to know that the veil has lifted and everybody's seeing the truth. Everybody has the ability to see the truth of what our social structure is and has been for millennia. And look at how it's crumbling. This all has to come down and be rebuilt. It has to be rebuilt properly. This patriarchal social structure is not working. All it is driving us further and further into debt. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and the planet is suffering. This is the Mrs. Wolfe from Our Half Acre Homestead saying, own your truth, people. Own your truth. Know what you stand for, because it is time to take a stand. Take care, God bless. And they'll probably demonetize this video because I talked about politics. I love you guys, and I'm going live. This is my second live today, but I'm going live. It's all I can do in this heat. I'm going live on Life with the Wolfies. I will give you that channel. I'm going on Life with the Wolfies at 4 o'clock. If this will just let me give you... Now my mouse doesn't want to work. All right. So everything's human. Everything is so human. So we're not going to talk about politics or anything else. But if you want to come over here at 4 o'clock, hey, Joe, and we'll talk more about spiritual enlightenment and spreading love and how we can push away all the negative shit that's being thrown at us on a daily basis, that's keeping us in constant fight or flight mode, if you haven't noticed, right? In constant fight or flight mode, so that we never have a rest period, right? We never have a rest period, therefore we are constantly in a state of agitation, and it's really hard to be peaceful, and it's really hard to stay healthy when you're in constant stress. All right? So stand, folks. Own your truth and stand. This is Mrs. Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead, seeing you on Life with the Wolfies at 4 o'clock. I'm going swimming. Take care. God bless. And again, thank you for being here for me. Because you're my family. You're my family too. I love you. I've got the hiccups.